let us play out the bite of Mallikarjun Kharge, which sums it up what happened in the Parliament on Manipur issue.
You put your slogan outside, but on the door of the Parliament you speak. Therefore, we are requesting the chairman of Rajya Sabha and also Speaker of Lok Sabha that he should come in the house and make a statement that what is the real situation in Manipur और क्या चल रहा है हम दुनिया को बता देंगे यहाँ सदन के ओर से, लेकिन प्राइम मिनिस्टर अंदर नहीं आ रहे, ऑफिस में बैठते हैं, सुनते हैं। और आज एक नई बात, मुझे हमारे डिफेंस मिनिस्टर ने भी मुझे भी फोन किया था, सभी अपोजिशन लीडर को, बालू साहब को किया था, बंडोपाध्याय जी को किया था और हमारे सभी दोस्तों को भी किया था। लेकिन हम उनको यही बोले, भाई क्या होने वाले हैं, प्राइम मिनिस्टर आकर अंदर अगर स्टेटमेंट करे, उस स्टेटमेंट में हम पूरे लोग बहस करेंगे और बहस करने के बाद जो भी फैसला होगा देखेंगे। और 267 ये महत्व का है क्योंकि 267 में 1 घंटा, 2 घंटे, 4 घंटे, आधा दिन, 1 दिन भी बहस चल सकता है और उस बहस में जो भी निकल के आएगा उसके वोटिंग भी कर सकते हैं। वोटिंग करते, वी कैन वोट ऑन दैट ऑल्सो, बट दे डोंट वांट दैट। One says half an hour discussion, another says short duration discussion. The problem is not going to solve with your discussion. First you tell you are representing 140 crores people. Why you are not coming in the house and telling the truth? ये हम पूछना चाहते हैं। लेकिन ये जो गलती कर रहे हैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर, आप देखिए, मैंने भी छानबीन के कहा, मुझे भी मालूम है जब सेशन चलता है, नो चीफ मिनिस्टर, नो प्राइम मिनिस्टर मेक ए स्टेटमेंट आउटसाइड द पार्लियामेंट। So this is the first time he is doing it, and as per even tradition, precedents, that he should come and tell. Therefore, we are again demanding, we are going in the house, both houses, we will demand that Prime Minister come and make a statement. That is our demand. Thank you very much.
I would like to also inform our viewers as well as our guests that the government is trying to make a reach out to the opposition leaders to ensure the functioning of the house. The government, Rajnath Singh, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has reached out to 3 opposition leaders, Mallikarjun Kharge, Sudip Bandyopadhyay and T.R. Balu. They are saying that if the government is ready to discuss on the issue, then what is the problem? The opposition is saying that the Prime Minister has to respond. Nabakishore ji, do you think that any meaningful discussion and dialogue can be done in the Parliament right now, if going by the way both opposition as well as the ruling dispensation is the way they are acting right now inside the Parliament?
Brijesh ji, first and foremost, to check this law and order, if needed, there should be more forces to be deployed. This would be the discussion from in the Parliament.
More forces to be deployed?
More forces, if needed, more forces, okay. More security forces.
Okay.
That should be one point that has to be discussed. And what is to be done with these militant groups under SU? The assessment done by the Biren government, who claimed that there are particularly 3 SU militant organizations. Okay, their names are available on this one of the report published by the Indian Express on 14th of March. Okay, I just forgot the 3 names. Okay, so the assessment, whether this CM Biren assessment was correct, whether his claim that these 3 SU militant organizations who have been promoting this the protest related to this eviction drive, this they are helping to bring more people illegally from Myanmar side, so that maybe they are preparing for this violence. Okay, so all these things, whatever the Biren claim on that meeting of Home Minister, that has to be look into it, that has to be analyzed. Okay, and Further, what is to be done on that? Okay. And number 3, the students who are almost they lost this academic, okay, what is to be done? And for this internet ban, I think there's no point banning the internet. It has to be restored so that the students at least they can participate maybe through some online classes or something. Those things has to be done. And if you see, it is the harvesting season. It's a monsoon time in Manipur. The farmers, they are not able to farm their own land, the agricultural lands. What will happen? How many months the government will able to feed all these people? Okay. Now, if this monsoon season is gone away, okay, after that what will happen? People will starve. Okay. So the normalcy has to be done, has to be brought in the state as soon as possible. And the ultimate is, if needed, more central forces has to be deployed there to check, to control the violence. Okay. If needed, there should be separate investigation team for all these affairs, whatever filed, okay, and whoever involved the culprit, that has to be caught. The issue of Manipur violence is not a small. As I said, there was this, the lobby, the other side, the lobby was very strong. They have been systematically targeting on the government machineries, the government side. Okay, so this probably the Biren did not well prepared. However, we should not lose time. These are the important points. I feel that the all the party leaders has to be discussed in the parliament, and they should take it seriously.
I want to ask you, Nabakishore ji, I want to ask you a question. You know, you said that Biren Singh informed Home Minister about how these 3 Sioux militant groups are behind this violence which is going on. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is what you said. Then why do you feel that the Home Ministry is not taking appropriate action, or the centre is not acting?
Yeah, Brijesh ji, that was 10th of March. There was a meeting by CM Biren. I think there are also other official delegates along with him. I forgot the names and who were there. He led this team and met Home Minister ji on 10th of March in New Delhi. Okay, and he was claiming, because the Sioux is a tripartite agreement, 3 party involved. One is the militant group themselves, another is the state government, and the third is the central government. And Biren claimed that the state government have withdrawn. This the Sioux pact with these 3 organizations, and what we want is the central government also to take the necessary analysis, necessary assessment, and what is exactly to be done. Because as per the Sioux, the militant groups, they have to hand over their weapons, and they should be in the designated camp, and in return, they are receiving also 6,000 rupees as a monthly stipend, and they should be involved in the political discussion, so that the normal, the whatever that this militancy group should come to the mainstream. But if you see in the Churachandpur, that these groups have been doing the extortion from the shop owners, the merchants, the traders, and this is the fact. It's available in lots of the news media. This is not something a Meitei leader or Nabakishore Singha is just finger pointing to a community. I'm talking about the pains, I'm talking about the deviation, I'm talking about the issues which should be controlled, but that is not happening on the ground. Okay, and this is what the Indian Express 14th March they have published this. If needed, I can share this link, and it is clearly mentioned which are the 3 organizations. Also, the name of these 3 organizations also there in that particular report.
Nabakishore ji, you made a very interesting point, very important point, that Biren Singh had pulled out of the tripartite agreement, and sir, just tell me one thing, Mr. Suhas, that what Nabakishore is saying, that that the government has intended to pull out of the tripartite agreement, and they're saying that that the 3 militant organizations are the one who are behind this. What stops the centre from cracking down on the 3?
I think centre has its own reasons, because the agreement or the suspension of agreement with the Kuki armed groups, which the Manipur government wants to withdraw from, because it has its own politics. That is what the center is not convinced about, because center at the end of the day has to engage with everybody to find peaceful solutions. That is also inside the story, the story behind the riots, that you have been engaged in the suspension of ceasefire agreement, I think from 2008, and we are in 2023. So for the last 15 years, they have been continuing. The center has to assess the security situation very sensitively, given the fact that it is not only the cookie groups. There are so many Meitei armed groups, whether it's UNLF, KYKL, and all other groups who have not signed any kind of agreement with the government of India, and they are engaged in all the activities which all other insurgent groups are engaged in. There is no insurgent group which is promoting charitable activities in there. All the insurgent groups, whether Meitei, Naga, Kuki, Meitei, anybody else, they have only one means to survive, that's extortion. So it's a one particular group. So when the center has to take a decision, they have to take a decision holistically. And one of the key issues which have been pending for the central government, as far as Manipur is concerned, is how do you resolve the problem involving the Nagas, which is on the sideline at the moment. But never forget that the NSCNIM, is very active. Muiba himself comes from, More and that Naga inhabited areas. So they have to find a solution to the Naga issue, because a solution to the Naga issue, whatever it might be, has to involve the Nagas of Manipur. So that's one. The second aspect is, of course, the cookies. They have their own demands with respect to autonomy, with respect to financial resources, etc. Then, of course, you have the Meitei armed groups, which are linked with some of the other armed groups which have not come to dialogue with the government of India, including Ulfa, these things. So when the government of India takes a decision, they have to take a holistic decision, not necessarily only based on the inputs of the chief minister of the state, because apart from the chief minister of the state, the Union Home Ministry has its own sources of intelligence, whether it's from the IB, whether it's from the RAW, military intelligence, whatever. So, you cannot say just listen to one particular uh, demand from the chief minister of the state, because the center has to say, you disengage or you suspend the operations with the cookie armed groups. What do you have? You have basically the cookie insurgents going back to the jungles, then start engaging in insurgency operations. That is not what possibly the center wants to return to. So the approach which has been taken, if that is the approach has been taken by the Biren Singh government, I don't think it took the holistic approach. At the end of the day, if you are the chief minister of the state, you have to be, despite the compulsions of ethnopolitics, the pressure from the Naga, pressure from the Cookies, pressure from the Meiteis. You cannot have a policy only one group.
Okay.
That's very clear. If you do that, then the central government, I do not know the details, but if I am somebody in charge of the Manipur, if in the home ministry, I'll be very, very careful, knowing fully well all the three major communities have very powerful
Point taken, Mr. Chakma. Nabakishore ji, I just wanted to know one thing, because in light of what you said, and also the fact that at the start when the killing happened, there was a report which came that 30 plus alleged terrorists or militants were shot dead by Manipur police and by security forces, and also at that point of time, N. Biren Singh, Manipur Chief Minister, made that he spoke about the Sioux groups involved and all. Why do you think that that the center and the state is not on the same page as far as the involvement of Sioux group is concerned? Because there were reports which came out that 98-99% of weaponry, which is archaic, old and all, is still in the repository and not out in the field. So I just want to understand from you, what explains this divergence of opinion as far as center and the state is concerned on the role of Sioux groups.
First and foremost, you can also note down the three organizations which the state government decision to withdraw from the pack. That was one is the KNA, Kuki National Army. Then is the Kuki Revolutionary Army, KRA, and Jomi Revolutionary Army, ZRA. Actually, these three are the strongest outfit in whoever done this 24. There were 24 groups. They together did this SU Pact as a tripartite agreement. And these three are I think the strongest among them. So now coming to this point, I think our Mr. Chakma ji Hai actually pointed out in I think quite a proper manner that holistic view has to be there, of course. But I think what happened is the lobby was I think very strong. They almost when this eviction drive started by the government of Manipur, I think this lobby they were quite clear that there may be a situation may come very soon, and they have to be well prepared. They have to be well funded. I think the lobby became more stronger than the state machinery. Now, the center side, I think they should have this, their why I don't know their intelligence was failed. There should be a more focus on these problems, because I think they were quite good credit goes to this the BJP government. Okay, that after this government came, as I mentioned, I think it is not about me. Everyone will tell in Manipur, no matter of which community. Okay, they will tell like it's a common people. I'm talking about for a common people. Okay, the day to the life is quite peaceful. I remember that when I traveled Manipur after many years, I was there in 1992, and at that time they were a little bit peaceful, but after that again it started the whole issue. And I think I traveled in 2016, and it was almost 1 p.m. in the night. One of my friends was dropping to hotel. I just tell, and I was shocked. Why we have to be there so late? Then he said that okay, things have been much better. However, the same Manipur, okay, maybe 4 or 5 years or maybe 2-3 years back, it was something like after dark you cannot come out from your place. Okay, the shops are closed. You cannot come out from that kind of the situation. Now, the center should have taken these things very seriously. I think the intelligence, the system, whatever there, I think that was not proper. So, without losing time, all the political parties, be it in opposition, be not in the opposition, along with the this government, we should take this as a very in a coordinated way. It has to be solved. Otherwise, this become a national security issue. This is what I want to put it. And it should not be politicalized. It should not be politicized as a religion. It should not be politicalized as a something for the political mileage by the parties. This is what I want to tell.